Within a single 48-hour window, Google completely lost its grip on the AI race. First, they lost the legendary researcher who literally co-invented the core technology powering the modern internet. The very next day, a Nobel Prize winner walked out the door too. One joined OpenAI, the other joined Anthropic. 3 days later, Google quietly delayed its biggest AI launch of the year. This is not a coincidence. This is a full-scale corporate panic. And by the end of this video, you will see exactly how the empire is cracking from the inside. To understand the sheer scale of this disaster, you have to look at the first defector. Meet Noam Shazeer. Back in 2017, he was part of an elite 8-person team at Google that published a research paper called "Attention is All You Need." That paper introduced the transformer, the fundamental architecture underneath ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and every major artificial intelligence system on Earth. When Shazeer left Google to build his own startup, Google missed his brain so badly, they reportedly paid an astonishing $2.7 billion just to buy his company and bring him back home to run the Gemini project. They practically rented a single human mind for billions of dollars. But on June 18th, less than 2 years later, he walked away again. His new home is OpenAI, right as the company prepares for a massive public listing that could value it at an eye-watering $1 trillion. Google barely had time to process the blow before the second pillar collapsed less than 24 hours later. John Jumper, the visionary computational biologist who won the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry, announced he was abandoning Google DeepMind after nearly 9 years. Jumper is the man who built AlphaFold, an AI that successfully predicted the structure of 200 million proteins, solving a biological mystery that had completely paralyzed human scientists for 50 years. While Google uses AI to sell search ads, Jumper was using it to cure human diseases. Now, he has defected to Anthropic, Google's most dangerous direct competitor in the enterprise sector. Two of the most decorated minds in human history, walking into the arms of Google's fiercest rivals in the exact same week. Wall Street panicked instantly. Alphabet stock values dipped between 5 and 7% in the days that followed, erasing tens of billions of dollars in market capital. Losing these two geniuses isn't just a staffing issue. It sends a terrifying signal to the entire tech industry. The people building the future no longer believe Google is the best place to do it. And that brings us to the smoking gun. Back in May, at their annual developer conference, CEO Sundar Pichai proudly promised the world that their next flagship model, Gemini 3.5 Pro, would launch in June. June is over. The model is nowhere to be found. According to major industry reports, including Business Insider, Google has been forced to quietly delay the general release into July. When reporters pushed for answers, Google spokespeople flatly declined to comment. Why the sudden delay? Because early internal data from their secret testing platform, Antigravity, reveals two massive technical bottlenecks. First, Gemini 3.5 Pro is severely struggling with long horizon tasks. That is technical shorthand for multi-step execution. Imagine an AI agent designed to write software, but it completely forgets its own instructions after 10 steps and breaks down. Second, its smaller sibling model, Gemini 3.5 Flash, has a massive token efficiency flaw. It burns through computational resources at an unsustainable rate. Think of it like a luxury car that burns through a full tank of gas just to drive down the street for groceries. It is wildly inefficient, and it makes the model far too expensive for businesses to use at scale. Google is scrambling to patch these leaks before the public notices. But by delaying the launch to July, Google has walked straight into an absolute slaughterhouse. OpenAI's highly anticipated GPT 5.6 and Anthropic's powerhouse Claude Opus 4.7 are both scheduled to drop in that exact same window. Google will not just be late to the party. Its delayed model will be judged side by side against competitors that were built by the very researchers who just walked out of Google's doors. A delay on a calendar is just a matter of weeks, but the underlying reality is far more dangerous. The real question hanging over Silicon Valley right now is simple. Can Google continue to build frontier technology when the geniuses who invented it keep choosing to build somewhere else? In 2026, the ultimate tech war isn't about who owns the most microchips or data centers. It is about who can retain the small room of human minds capable of creating the next generation of intelligence. I want to hear your predictions. Can Google survive the upcoming July showdown when Gemini 3.5 Pro finally drops? Or have OpenAI and Anthropic already won this generation simply by buying up the right talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read and reply to every single one. If you want to track every high-stakes move in this corporate AI war, hit that subscribe button right now. This story is just getting started.